bird. That's a perfect timing right there for the golf in the background. My name is Kenneth Bird, and this is the Daily Walk and Talk. So, um, big decisions, big decisions. So, there's a good chance I may be basically going a little farther out of Allentown for business. And it's because of what I found was much better than the previous place I was looking at. And so I have to make the decision. And we'll wait to get to pickups from there too. I forgot about that. All right, so that's a possibility that they could do pickups from that location. I wanted to pretty much do business here in Allentown because it would be convenient for the company to be able to, why would I take this way? The Sahara Desert of all places. It would be convenient for the company to be in the network. But truthfully, if I'm using the office space for networking with clients, doesn't really make a difference where it's at, to tell you the truth, honestly. So I'm thinking about taking that other office setup. It just has so much more than the other one, a lot more than the other one. And it's going to give me a way to be the network. And I could take my cat with me because Taco is registered as a emotional support cat. So I can take him anywhere I want. That's why I got him registered. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take the other office. It's much better. It has, I'll tell you about it in a few minutes. It has way better networking. It is a much bigger, more professional setup. And then on top of that, as my company starts to expand, I can actually grow in this building, which is good. And on top of that, it has a lot of resources that I can use for my company to expand it from A to B. So I am actually thinking about going maybe about an hour or two outside Allentown to this location. Just so much better. On top of that, I'm going to be downsizing my office equipment because the big bulky printer got to go. I don't need it anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of those Bluetooth little wireless printers. And because the only thing I do on my printer basically at the end of the day is just basically just print labels, receipts. That's basically about it. But nothing like just documents, that's all. And I got this big old bulky printer. I'm thinking, we don't need this. So bring that over to Salvation Army and drop it off over there. Maybe somebody else can use it. I'm going to downsize my office. So basically, I can basically have more of an office on the go. And like I said, Taco is, I can take Taco anywhere. A lung disease, which is still registered, even though I don't have it, it's still on file that I have this disease. And that gives me access to anything I want. Basically, I don't want cleaning solutions in the room because there's things you got to think of when you get an office. All right, so I definitely don't want cleaning solutions because they clean the office themselves. And most offices will not give you the option to choose to not have your office cleaned, allow you to clean it yourself, because I do use other forms of chemicals, more natural, more like organic chemicals for basically for cleaning, because of the my nose and everything. My lungs are still sensitive, even though I don't feel it and don't have it. It's still sensitive. So I still use organic chemicals when I clean. On top of that, again, I explain to people about aerosol cans and all that stuff. Now you breathe that stuff in, you know, it could be some of the cause of some of the problems that people have down through time of having problems with their lungs. There's all those aerosol cans and chemicals, especially chemicals you have in your clothes, that could be triggering off these reactions later on in time. So all my stuff is organic. I'm going to get myself a drink. So all the offices I looked at, I had to bring that up like, hey, look, cleaning crew coming in. What kind of chemicals are they using? Because in any building that I'm at, they can't spray those buildings. They can't use any form of pesticides, nothing while I'm in those buildings, because that stuff can mess me up. So I have to use my own form of solutions to kill ants and bugs and all that stuff. Like the garage I was in, they use a chemical they spray around it to kill any form of bugs. But I used that vinegar and water, and it wiped out all the crickets, and just about everything else in that building. So yes, other ways you could do it without using chemicals. Remember that first front? With the first front, it was something they used for killing weeds. That stuff almost killed it. It gave a bunch of people cancer. Yeah. So you got to be careful with that stuff, those chemicals. You can go natural. You know, there's things about peppermints and cinnamon and things like that bugs do not like the scent of it. And it's what deters them from coming in into your environment. And it's all natural. It's safe for your animals, safe for your kids. And those chemicals later on are going to plague you later on in life. That's why I don't use aerosol cans or anything like that. Nope, because it's airborne. But it's a fresh scent that you breathe in. Yeah, but it's a chemical at the end of the day. So, offices that I went to, sorry, it's a lot of noise. It's early in the morning, people are getting up started. So it's not even Friday yet. Gee whiz. That's why somebody almost had a car accident. But anyway, offices that I go to, I have to ask certain questions like, okay, can I bring my motion support animal with me? Some will say yes, some will say no. Some will say, is it registered? Yes, it is registered. Here's my documents right here on Taco. Taco's licensed. Taco has documents on him that say he's been certified by a doctor as a motion support animal, which means when I go traveling, he's up front with me. Oh yeah. So the way of having this, when I used to have this lung disease, it allowed me to get a lot of documents that I took advantage of to allow me to be able to register just about anything I need. There we go. One of the registrations that I have is that it shows that it's actually still in record. The disease is still there, it's still on record. When I go there, even though I don't feel it, I don't have anything, they still treat me as if I do. I go there and they put me on a bunch of inhalers, they prescribe me a bunch of medication. Yep, I feel great. But under their rules, being doctors, it's still there, no matter what. So, might as well use it, right? So that's what I did. Went and got Taco registered. And that's it. All I had to do was just go call my doctor, fax over the paperwork, fax it back, and done. That's it. So, I had to go to a bunch of offices to figure out so they're flexible. I don't want anybody cleaning in my office, number one, because I work with, how you doing, Chief? I work with a lot of, and I don't want anybody in my office, period. My office is private. So the difference between private and your private, dedicated office. That's what you go for. Because that's what dedicated private offices come with a locked door. Security code that I punch in, and that's for my office. Right there. No one's allowed access to that office at all, period. While I'm in it. So that's one of the things I did apply for. On top of that, 24-hour access to the building. Because I need to be able to get in and out of this building at will, and all my packages need to be delivered at the building, and I need to get my mail at the building. Also, too, it's nice to have a nice professional setting when you're bringing clients over, because you don't want to be walking them into a barn at the end of the day. You want them to look very professional. You want the building to look professional, so the lobby has to look professional, because your client's going to look at that. So, other than that, I like it. It has everything that I need. Did my research, looked around. I'd have rather been here in Allentown to conduct business, but Allentown's a little interesting when it comes to basically trying to establish. It really is. So basically, you're better off going to the outskirts of Allentown to do business and then conduct whatever you're going to do down here in another way. So I just need a place basically where my clients can go to and they can check out the new technology we're working on, and we can basically work on contracts. So I already got called a couple of times today, or messaged a couple of times a day for the new technology, the Quasar. They got companies right now that are looking to coat their screens with the technology we developed. So I told you it's going to happen sooner or later. Now, keep in mind, as I said before, we're not going to shut down the marketplaces and deal with companies only. The reason why we got into this business is to be able to have a technology or product for everybody, including the consumer. Doesn't want to spend $5,000 for a screen. So we're going to have a certain thing for the consumers, and we're going to be having a special product just for the distributors, because I do want to get in distributorship. I do want to get my company marketed and all that other good stuff and contracted. So that is definitely going to happen now. But in order for me to do this, we need a place for contacts to come down and see. So that's what that office is for. So the other one, I liked it. It's okay, but this one is way better. So yeah, I'm going with this one. And on top of that, the important thing is I don't have to worry about people spraying a bunch of chemicals and stuff like that in my environment, which I don't like. I had a decision of figuring out what to drink, but I ended up getting cotton mouth at the end of the day because it's hot today. So that's what I'm trying to figure out exactly what to drink. I'm going to go with something clean, but well, we definitely ain't doing milk today, so that's a no-no. It's supposed to be 90-something degrees today, 94-something degrees today. But anyway, like I said, that's a decision I had to make. I could urge for chocolate milk, but I know I'm going to pay for that. There's so many levels, it's not even funny. We definitely don't want soda. It worked perfectly. Get one of those. Yeah, that's what the decision was. Because some of the places we had didn't have 24-hour access to it, the building, which is not going to work because I work late hours. And some of the places, basically, they had their own cleaning crew, which I don't mind the cleaning crew coming in and doing their job, but I don't want chemicals and stuff sprayed and where I'm working at. That's not going to work. So this place said that I can be put on a do not clean list and I can use my own form at the end of the day. So I'm happy with that. And then basically by getting all my packages and everything sent to the office, anything we order, anything we need, they got private mailboxes, we can have all our stuff sent to. So I like to go with it 100%. So it's going to be a good business decision. Oh, crap. They got Tang here? Are you kidding me? How much money that stuff costs on freaking Amazon? Amazon's like $15 for that. That's crazy. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you're great. I'm away from him. You got plenty of time. I'm talking to somebody right now. All right, that'll work. Oh, you gonna finish up here now?
Sir, go ahead. No, I'm done.
Okay. There you go. Okay. Oh, it's basically better. Thank you so much. There you go. All right, thank you. Thank you too. So that's the reason why I haven't been doing the daily walk or anything. I have been basically overtime in business, you know what I mean? I gotta lock this office place in because this office space is a vital key to my company expanding out here. This is going to allow my clients to come to a professional setting and be able to see ad tech or any technology we're working on. That's why we need the office space. You know, when I'm online, it's different. We don't need it. The websites do all the work. But the website for me right now is not enough because I want to be out here. This is where I want to be at. And this is how I'm going to be able to link up to trade shows and expos and all that stuff at the end of the day, because this is where it's going to be required. I go to trade shows, I show off the technology, I pass out business cards. They have to have a place to go to meet up with me. Where's your office at? My office is at so and so and so. Here it is, here's the address. They can schedule a meeting and come up and see the technology, get more information on it. This allows my company to be able to expand. I got full 24-hour access to everything in the building, which means the lunchroom, all that, which I don't need at the end of the day. To anything, they got these lobbies we can bring your business associates to with TVs and stuff. This place is amazing. So I was like, yep, this is where we're gonna be at. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find me a post office in that area and basically redirect my packages that'll come in from my customers online, and they'll be redirected over there. And yes, I do have a workstation, a separate workstation from the office that will allow me to process my orders. I told you, this place is awesome. So yeah, paid a bit more, but definitely worth it. So I can process all my orders from my website, have everything done downstairs, and it's a pickup unit that will come by United States Postal Service from that building, because it's a business residential and it's zoned for it, and pick up my packages and take them off. See? Why do you think I was down at City Hall applying for a particular license? There you go. Just in case, if I happen to run into one of these buildings, which I know they have a few of them, but not down here, I can be actually eligible for the United States Postal Service has a business side of it all. Show your proper licensing and your LLCs and your EIN and all that good stuff, and you're eligible to have a certain kind of pickup for companies only. So that's exactly what I applied for. That's why I sat there and told you that at the end of the day, doing business out here is completely different. You know, people get on websites and they lie. They don't tell the truth. So down here in Allentown, they have jammers. You'll bump into them every once in a while. I don't know why they have them down here, but they do. And they basically will scramble the daylights out of a phone. So all my settings were switched off and completely extreme disconnected on this side. And certain buildings around here have jammers installed. Like I said, I don't know why. I can see about hospitals having jammers, courtrooms, stuff like that, you know. The government agency buildings have them. I can see about that. FBI definitely has them. When you're in the lobby, your phone works. And then you walk past that freaking security point, doop, so it shuts off. So I can understand that. But not in a freaking apartment building. What the heck is that all about? I might get me a signal detector and walk through this area. I'm curious how many of these things are down here. Why are there so many of them down here? Because I've had them knock my phone off before, but not to the point which is basically just disarrange all my settings like that. What the heck is that all about? And I need to figure out exactly what they got, because I want one now. Shoot, that thing would be fantastic. Which little word of advice to you. If you're on an old country back road and your signal shuts off on you, don't go to the house and ask for directions. Really, just don't do that. Just keep on going. You'll thank me later. You know, some people do put jammers in different areas, so your stuff can shut off. And so you can go to that house and ask for questions. If you're not watching enough horror movies to know when things aren't right, listen to the little gut feeling. There you go. Not being paranoid. It was not being paranoid. At the end of the day, it's about basically having common sense and being a little smarter. I didn't survive half of the violent neighborhoods that I've been in North Philadelphia. And not just just knowing things. Oh, the fountain. Let's go run through it. Probably be dry by the time I come out on the other end. Would that be messed up? Heat wave be so bad. By the time you run through that baby, you be dry on the other end, like steam in the front. Like, what the freak? All right, so yeah, I'm happy with the decision. I'm definitely going to go with it 100%. It is. I checked out like 13 different offices for my e-commerce business, and this would be the best one ever. It's the best one. It is a little farther out than where I'm used to being at, but the commute back and forth to the home front is going to be a little longer if I do it by Lyft. I don't do buses, so I just don't do them. But if I do Lyft, it's going to cost me about, I say roughly, every time I leave, it's going to cost me like almost $30 a day, literally almost $30 a day. But who cares? I mean, I like the office. It's worth the sacrifice. I've made what I want. Eventually, later on, I'll get myself a bike because I've been dying to get myself a motorcycle. But I've just been putting it on hold until I get everything else sorted and situated. I'm going to put you guys right here for a minute. Of all juice to get in, you got cherry with a white t-shirt. Oh, this is going to go real well. The wind's back just... Better decision. Trying to figure out what to drink that's not going to turn into cotton mouth later on. This was the best decision. Well, it's a good thing about today. We got a breeze, because if there was no breeze out here, it'd be jacked up. But yeah, I'm happy with the decision, 100%. So, get a chance to meet up. The other place was nice, it was. But I get much more options here. And on top of that, it's a big office building, which is fantastic. It's going to look very professional for my company. Pay a little bit more extra money because I got a 1-year lease with this place, and I pay a little bit more extra money. I get my name stenciled in, my company stenciled, which I'm going to do. Powered by God's technology. I gotta get a stand one day. I'll get around and get this way. What the heck? What? House. The companies also too noticed, the ones I've been talking to, they noticed the haters. Yeah, they noticed you guys at the end of the day. That's why they're contacting me, because they're looking at your stuff at the end of the day, trying to figure out why you consider yourself to be better than ours. You're not matching my demonstrations. Even my customers can see that at the end of the day when they do their research. No one's showing us. Look, if I'm looking for an ambulate rejection screen, and I'm watching demonstrations of people trapped in these dark environments, and there's a guy out here watching a movie off a ceiling, the very same light that's going to watch my screen out. Guess who I'm going with? And we got more impressive demonstrations. Even the demonstrations I did in the garage are more advanced than the demonstrations I see right now on anybody else's product right now. I can run an ultra short throw in that fully lit garage compared to people sitting in the dark with $3,000, $4,000 projectors. So they notice all that. And there's companies that know us. And big companies know who we are. They don't know who they are at the end of the day. You know who New York guys are. They don't even send letters out to you. When you got that many people ganging up on one person, their stuff must be good. Look at that. All the effort that these guys put in. Think about all the effort that they put in, all the work and all the effort they put in to try to destroy my company, to try to tarnish my name. And what happened? Now, our company's about to expand on an extremely high level. All that work, no deal. All of it was for nothing. Your work is the equivalent of trying to catch water in a strainer. In this constantly dipping into the lake to grab water. And as you bring it up, you end up with nothing. And you spent years doing it. And on the other hand, I started off with a little thimble, and the pot got bigger and bigger and bigger. And now I got the whole freaking ocean. That's what I do with my time. I did nothing with your time. Nothing. Wasted your time. You can't go get an office. You can't sit up out here. How can you? The companies are based off lies. Out here you get caught. You're committing fraud, out here you get caught faster. You'll be busted faster out here than you're online. Out here you can't hide it. You can't disguise it too well. You get caught. Either your stuff works or it doesn't. I walked through an entire building complex with a $170 projector, ultra short throw. And I pulled up everywhere in that environment. And everybody in that building saw me do it. And yet you guys are stuck in these dark environments with these ultra short throw projectors trying to prove something. Man. I already know my stuff works. I knew that the day God told me it worked. It was amazing. They literally self-destructed. I literally just bought these suits to self-destruct. Literally tried to put my company out of business, and they self-destructed. And now we're requesting batch numbers. We're gonna have to have one of those now. I got that thing plastered somewhere all over the internet. It's popping up all over the place. Customers want batch numbers. They're gonna ask for them, they're gonna want them. Why shouldn't they? If I'm buying screen paint, I want a batch number too. One of the tests in the batch numbers is you have to show that your product's not going to match another product. Which means if you have a gray screen, you're going against gray house paint. The very thing you don't want to do, you're going to do it. I just think about the time where this guy came in and on his page he called himself doing a black versus black like us. And he put his product, he claimed against a phantom. But the entire time your screen was gray. But you try to pass it off as a black screen. So if you go to his website, Partay's website, and you go in there and you look where he has his black versus black test, you will see he has a surface on there claiming to be the phantom. That's going to be your $1 million lawsuit, your first $1 million lawsuit, because I'm talking to my attorney. We're going to sue you multiple times, Mr. Rogers, because you claim that to be my product. And you advertise it on YouTube as supposed to be my product. It has a label on it that's claiming to be my product. So guess what that means? You got a $1 million lawsuit coming your way. You can't back that up, that being the phantom. You're going to get sued. So you better show some kind of receipts that you purchased that from my company, because you don't have it. Guess what? I'm going to get you some jail time, and I'm going to sue you for $1 million. Probably a little more than that. We might get 5 out of you. Because you better show that's my product at the end of the day. If you can't, you're going to owe me a lot of money. And I'm going to take you to court. I want at least for committing fraud against my business and advertisements on social media. I want some jail time out of this. I want you to serve some time behind bars. I don't want any probation. I want you to serve time. Now I want you to listen to how bad this is going to sound for him in court. You don't own the product. You never purchased anything from us, but you claim to have a product that's ours, that's fitting our label, and you claim to be our product. As a matter of fact, my name was mentioned in the video multiple times, and my company's name. So Mr. Wake or McAfee, also too, you're looking at a $5 million lawsuit. Yeah, the numbers jump. Yeah, we can get a lot more than that. I just found out. We can get more than $1 million from you. We could jump it to 5. Because the timeline on how long it was, and basically how long you guys have been advertising this, that this is supposed to be our product. But what I find even more interesting, that the black versus black demonstration that was done, the screen technically was never black, it was gray. Because in the video demonstrations, we can clearly show the judge when we take your company to court for committing fraud on multiple levels, is the fact that when the star field came on, the other surface came up black, but your screen clearly came up gray. And then try to come back in and lie and manipulate the consumers to tell them that it was a different type of blacks. I'm going to take you to court for that. But I find it funny that in the black versus black test he claimed to have, the screen was literally gray the entire time. He just tried to pass it off as a black screen. Wake is the one that put it out in the open so everybody can see for what it is. That's what he did. If it wasn't for Wake for doing that demonstration, or Mr. McAfee for doing that demonstration, we wouldn't have seen that the screen was gray, because the entire time they tried to pass it off as a black screen. So if you did a black versus black demonstration or test against any form of black paints or whatever, your screen clearly would have came up gray every single time. So that means you were lying the entire time. Mr. McAfee has new charges. You're being charged with identity theft because you used a restaurant's business without their permission on these postcards. And that's identity theft right there. Man, y'all got some decisions to make. Y'all got to get lawyers. You got to get a lawyer. Yeah, I just thought about that. We was in the porn site looking at that. So, I mean, technically his screen was never black. It was gray the entire time. We would have never saw that it was gray until McAfee did that demonstration. And also too, the meter came up also too with black, and the screen came up gray. That's why when you did the video the second time around, you removed those two parts of the video. Instead of cursing on camera about how I didn't know what I was talking about. Then you got busted. That's what happened. And Roger screamed at you about it. I know he did, he yelled at you about it. Out of the screen as being gray. And that's why you came back around the second time around and you removed the star field and you removed the meter reading next to the screen and started cursing on camera because you were upset and angry because your buddy McAfee yelled at you. And he got tired of you screwing up and messing up, and he gave it to Jamie and said, you do the demonstration. And Jamie did the demonstration, but he did it on a narrow shot. So you couldn't see anything in the surrounding to see that the screen was gray. But the mistake that Jamie made was that the bottom of the screens are black. The handles are black. And this screen came up gray again. And then all of a sudden, magically, in the next demonstration, it turned black. Yeah, you guys are scam artists, man. But the thing about it is, you don't do those demonstrations for your customers. You do those demonstrations for me. To try to show at the end of the day that you have something for me to be threatened about. No, you don't have. I'm not threatened by your products. You know why? Because, gentlemen, you have cancellations. You keep forgetting that. You literally forget that part. You could do demonstrations from sun up to sun down. Don't make a difference. You cancel. Give me back my money. That's all that matters. What you do from here on in don't mean jack. It don't mean squat in a bucket. It don't. You know why? Because you canceled. You gave me the money back. That's why. That means you can't back it up. That's what you don't understand. You already done the damage to your company. You can make all the demonstrations you want to. Heck, you can knock that price down to $7. We got your cancellations. That's all that matters. And not one cancellator, multiple cancellations at that. I mean, come on. If your products actually work, who removes an entire state of Pennsylvania because they're afraid to ship out an item because it doesn't work? That doesn't scream confidence at the end of the day. That doesn't scream I should buy your product because it's better than his. That tells me at the end of the day that his stuff is far better and you're just behind camera angry and upset and jealous. But if you did have a product that actually worked, we would have it on the table, which we don't. Because again, am I going to waste the time to hire somebody in another state? No. Got too much stuff to do. Time for that. I got your first cancellations. That's all I need. I don't care. We're done. By the way, Jamie tried to come to give me some dumb challenge. Challenge for what? The dark silver? I don't care about that. We don't even make it anymore. It's on the back. We got rid of it. We bought it. We made it for the simple fact to show you that you can't make screen paint at the end of the day. Do we need it? No, we don't need it. The black technology is far more advanced. It's not necessary to make it. I already took it and put it against the screen to show you the difference between a Starfield demonstration. It's not going to read it correctly. So what's the point of selling something that's not going to read correctly? That's why we don't make it no more. You know, maybe somebody may request it, we'll make it for them, but other than that, by invoice, it's probably do it by invoice order only, but technically to make it as one of our main products, no, we don't need that. Quasar does everything now. So it's not even necessary. Yeah. I think too much into this. You do all the preaching you want, dump all the trash you want all day long. You're gonna have to back it up in court. That's what it comes down to. And we have cancellations. That's it. That's all that matters. Everything you do now is just crying. It's just basically trying to stab someone in the dark. It's a try. It's effort for nothing. Like trying to get water out of a spaghetti strainer. You'll come up with nothing every single time. You should have never canceled. That's your mistake. You should have never, ever canceled. And that's going to live with you for the rest of your life. And that's what haunts them. That's what haunts them every day. No matter how hard they try, deep down inside of that day, and you're the only one that's sitting around, deep down inside between you and your own mind, you canceled. That's it. That's the end of it. We got your cancellation. I was like they did one of those Bruce Lee moves, reach and grab your heart out your chest. Yeah! That's the end of it. You're done. I got your heart on the other end. There's no way for you to get it back. You made that mistake, that's the end of it. You get the first time, anytime opportunity to go against the company, that first time is going to be your last time. So when you go in there, you got to make sure you do it right. And you ran. in the end, they send me messages like, oh, buy my product one more time. No, we're done. We're done. We had the opportunity, it's gone. I literally gave you multiple chances. I bought from you multiple times. I bought multiple screen paints from Pro on eBay. Canceled on eBay. Get the money back. Came back in, gave him another chance. Ordered $1,900 for paints from him. He gave every last dime back, cursed us out on every single receipt. He even gave us a letter, told us to buy whatever you want. I bought whatever I wanted. He still didn't take the opportunity. I gave it to you. Watch your Frankenstein 4 times. Even when the videos, I sat there and said, I'm giving you the opportunity to back your product up. Can you do it? Couldn't do it. Gave me back the money. Danny Rogers, I came and bought your products multiple times. And you kept canceling out every single time. And even after you canceled out, mind you, you gave back $20, a $20 sample. You know you got to pay money on that, right? So when you buy something and you transfer the money back, you got to pay a fee on that. He paid a fee on $20. You couldn't keep $20? Are you kidding me? That doesn't scream confidence at the end of the day. And then I come back in, knowing that we've done cancellations, and we come back in and we order the other product you have. And what do? Lock all your shopping carts, make some excuse, and then when we go in, you remove the entire state of Pennsylvania. You know how big the state of Pennsylvania is? You banned, let's look at the huge platform on this. You banned the entire state of Pennsylvania because of one person. That shows you how much you fear my products. All these people walking around here can't buy Partay's PSP products. You know why? Because of us. Because he's so scared of us, he banned an entire state. You know how far Pennsylvania reaches out? So, with that being said, why would I waste your time? You had the first opportunity, and it's gone. So, I know all your efforts that you make right now is just pretty much to try to justify the emptiness that you are feeling right now and the regrets of the failed mistakes that you've made when you should have let that order go through. Should have let it go through. At least at the end of the day, win or lose, I can't honestly say out of my mouth that you canceled. Heck, I even got to give you some credit at the end of the day. We used to give Crow credit. These Crow, at one point he was processing orders, he did send them over. I mean, they didn't do well. They didn't do exactly as he said they were supposed to do, and they did fail miserably. But at least he was honest. He was sending them over. And then he started committing the fraud, and guess what? He ended up in that situation of a person that can't be trusted. So, Jamie, keep in mind that video where you sent over that black paint, any phone site that we walk into and they make a mention about basically ordering your products because they're really skeptical and don't know, we could send them that video and tell them don't buy from you because you're a scam artist, because you basically committed fraud on an order that literally led to mail fraud. And that's going to hurt your company because no one will touch you now thinking they're going to end up in the same situation. They could get railroaded. You can take their money and send them anything. That's why you do everything by the book. You see when I sent you the digital one 2.0, did I sign my name to anything? Did I basically send you anything different? No, I sent you the same thing I sent everybody else. Got to do it professional. And if you don't like the person, you still got to do it professional. That's what they call being a professional. Keep your emotions home, okay? Go to work and keep your emotions home. When you wear your emotions on your sleeve, that's why you make those mistakes. So that video comes back to haunt you because it's in the form site warning people not to buy from you because we got ripped off. And it shows the PayPal, which we posted too, where you lied on in the transcripts, which shows that not only will you rip off your customers, but you will go in and lie on the transcripts, try to manipulate and lie to PayPal so you can basically try to win, to try to rip off your customers. And then we show them your policy that basically claims that if it lands on the property, they're stuck with it, and if they open it up, they're stuck with it. So all that being there is not good for you. Really? Almost in the container? Bugs are so bold. No, in your container. But yeah, guys didn't make good decisions. He really didn't. Didn't make good decisions at all. Should have never canceled those orders. Never should have did that. I don't know why you did it. It's the dumbest thing you could have done. Maybe you thought at the end of the day that if I cancel the orders, you can't get the product. You know you're going against me, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we don't consider y'all to be competition anyway. I do certifies. That's what I'm used to doing. But anyway, if we give you the opportunity and we're buying from you, this gives you the opportunity to back your product up. Now cancel. You guys cancel. Oh well. Well, back to me. So yeah, I'm happy about the new decision. I'm definitely going with it 100%. And it's going to be good for business. And I already have companies, a few companies already lined up. And some of the orders that just went out that I just took over there, they actually are involved in a few other companies that are buying some to bring it down, to do some, put against what they want to do. And later on, they're going to go in and buy more from us, and then they're going to basically negotiate a contract. Excuse me. That's why I said in the day, do not lie on your specification sheets. You got to back all that stuff up because, again, companies will never sign a contract with you. They're not going to sign it. They're going to test it first. Who in their right mind going to sign a freaking 1-2-year contract and they never tested a product? That's insane. So you're going to test your stuff, and they're going to ask questions. Right now, they're going through my website right now as we speak. They're reading through my specification sheets. And my specification sheets and my products, I literally have links in there showing testing that we're doing on products right there in the marketplace. I have my black versus black demonstrations. I have demonstrations on ultra short throws and long throws, venue projectors, inside and outside. It's an open and shut case for us. Easy contracts. And I can go to any facility, which I have done, and do the exact same demonstration. And if it has to go to court, I can do it there too. I can stand behind my product. They like the fact of the batch number. They love the batch number. You know why? Because this gives them an insurance that they buy $80,000 worth of paint from us. It's tested. They know it's going to work before it gets there. They like the guarantee. They love it. Right now, we're the only screen paint company that has that guarantee. Nobody else has it. I can literally say that. We're the only ones that have a batch number on our product. I love it. I love when customers say to me, when I get a chance to ask a customer, so what kind of projector and what size screen you're going to paint? And they'll tell me, especially the ones that don't have a projector yet, because we can get them really, really nice projectors that don't cost them a lot of money, especially when they have like a $2,000, $3,000 budget. And I can go, oh no. We're not going to spend that. That's crazy talk. Let's go in the budget of maybe roughly $200. Yeah, it blows your mind. Well, how much did you pay for the projector using the demonstration? Oh, that thing, that was like $10. That projector outside, $270. That projector for the ceiling, BenQ projector, I paid about $80 for. Yep. And I can watch with the lights on. See? Save people money. Instead of you doing a demonstration, people going, how much did that projector cost? That projector cost $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. See what I mean? You're not speaking to the consumer on that. They don't want to hear that. My phone here, no one's going to take it. So, the officer kind of looked at me like I don't supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. Woo. Give me that. I'm not going anywhere either. Sometimes they like to look over here and think, because I told you that the people over here, they dress just like they dress like, you couldn't tell the difference between the homeless down here and basically everyday people. You really can't tell. So officers will come by and walk and give you that look. You're going to look right back. Yeah, go ahead. Be my guest. Come over here and say that I'm basically just, I mean, at the end of the day, I hate to say they have to go through that, but as you can see, look at the area. We leave trash all over the place. That's what they do. But come over here and make that consumption on that nonsense and see what happens. Now, I do know people work for Eternal Affairs. Don't play. Got to know your stuff at the end of the day, people. Yes, you do. You better know your rights at the end of the day. You better know your rights. You better know your rights. That's why I said lawyers got to have a field day all day long. If I was a lawyer, I would have a field day all long. Let somebody pull me over, like, excuse me. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to just put this straight. You enforce it, but I know it. Now, lawyers know more about the law than a cop knows more about the law. They do. I hate to say it, but it's true. How many police officers went to school and passed the bar are lawyers? Now, if you're a lawyer and a police officer, that would be pretty interesting. That'd be extremely interesting, because then you would 100% know the law. You know the law, which is within your jurisdiction of how much you know the law. That's basically about it. This is why they pull an attorney. Attorney can tell them things at the end of the day that they don't even understand, because they don't study a certain amount of the law. Enough for them to be able to do their job. But faced with an attorney or an attorney general in a car, no, there's some problems there. Which is pretty funny too about that too. I remember, I'm gonna hit back because I got some things I'm gonna take care of. I'm gonna hit back. But anyway, I remember there were these two racist cops who decided to pull this woman over and didn't realize she worked for Attorney General's office. You ever seen that one before? Oh man, of all people to pull over, that was not the one to pull over. So, bottom line there, she went and asked for their credentials. What you gonna do? You gotta hand that over. Attorney General. You are not going to pull somebody over with that stature of power and think you're going to get away with that. Oh, they all got fired. They definitely got fired. They know they lost their job. They ain't getting no desk duty, nothing. They put over a very high-ranking individual. You have lost your job. Usually, sometimes they try to cover it up and try to send you someplace else. But even your captain is going to come back and go, oh man, you really messed up. Really messed up. Yep. There's certain things that you can't get away with. It's a shame to get away with most of the stuff. I got friends of mine that are police officers. I'm not saying all of them are bad, right? All of them are bad. It's like in every bit of business you have, some that are bad and some are good. But you know, they go through some crap too. I'll tell you why. Because sometimes in their district, they have some bad ones in there. So they don't have, sometimes even the good cops get pressured. And you've seen that before, it does happen. You know, it does happen. And you have to deal with corruption. So that's what you're going to have to deal with. So not all of them are bad. But you got to be careful being a cop, because you never know who you pull over, because you eventually could pull somebody over who has a high status, and it's going to end up, you can lose your job. And depending on how high they go up on the ladder, there's nothing they can do for you. Now, I came down here to look at this building, and now I don't want it. Ooh. So there was a building down here I was actually going to think about getting an office in, and it would have been closer, and the commute would have been better, much better, because I'm right here. But the other place is much better, because you know why? Two things in there that I like. They do, I don't know about this place over here, I don't know if they support motion support animals, I don't know that all, period. But, you know, it wouldn't hurt to ask. I'm going to walk up in that direction, I am. Because right now it's not even hot to me, to tell you the truth. What's the temperature like? Are we getting cooked yet? And the reason why I don't consider it hot to be out here, because I'll tell you why. Because when I get up in the morning and I gotta lift, my temperature's up through the roof. Get to the shop and I'll work out before I can leave out of there. My temperature pushes up to the roof. So that first initial walk from here to here, my temperature is actually a little higher than everybody else's. So that's where that happens. Then when I get out here, it feels normal. It's not hot. For everybody else, it's cooking. For me, it's not bad. So, yeah. That's how it is different for you. So for me, it's cool out here. For everybody else, because for them, it's hot. For me, on the other hand, it's not. Because for me, it's just cool. So they'll be out here to be 94, 97 degrees out here, and they'll be complaining about how hot it is. And me, because I work out and I walk out here, I'm used to much more hotter temperatures, and my body's already overheating already, and I'm pulling the heat at the same time instead of pushing it out. So this is nothing for me. That's one of the things when I used to be, when me and my ex would leave the house, and after I got done working out, she'd be in the car, and until I had the air conditioner on. When I get in there, because my temperature is through the roof. Nope. It's not considered hot. Are we at 12 o'clock now? Probably so. Not exactly hot yet. Now up in Las Vegas, I don't know about that one. I don't think I'd be walking out the door working out. No way. Oh yeah, 118, was it 118, 107 or something they had up there? Gee whiz. How do y'all do it up there? I got family over in Texas, in Arizona. All right, people. When my battery dies, I'm gonna yippee-ki-yay out of here. Y'all have a good one. God bless.